Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Mental Moments Show number 8 on Friday the 8th of October. It's been a big week this week. I hope you've been joining us at 2 p.m. every day, and we'll be on every day at 2 p.m. until the 31st of October. Don't forget, if you miss a show, you can watch it on our website, or you can binge watch, or via our YouTube channel, mentalmoments.com.au. We've got an amazing lineup of entertainment for you today. The king of pop himself, Normie Rowe, will be opening the show live from Queensland. We'll chat with comedian Vince Sorrenti about his life in lockdown. Plus, we'll be visiting RFBI's residential care villages in Basinview and Tamworth, as well as Alwindor Aged Care in Adelaide, South Australia. And for your mental health, we have the super smart and extremely funny neuropsychologist, Dr. Hannah Correll, joining me live in the studio. There's a special bonus, the former Premier of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian. You remember her, don't you? She sent us a message. But let's get the show started with a good friend of mine, Mr. Normie Rowe. Normie, are you there?
I am, Max, hearing you loud and clear.
It's so good to see you. It's been too long between drinks. Are you well?
I am well. I'm looking forward finally to getting out of Queensland and being able to get back in again.
How have you been looking after yourself in lockdown mentally?
Look, one day at a time. You've got to remember I was locked out of society for 2 years back in the late 1960s.
Yes.
When I was called up. But
yes.
And there was only 50,000 of us then, but the whole country's been in various forms of being locked out of society. So, you just take it one day at a time and be very careful about what you do and be nice to the people around you and live respectfully.
Normie, that's great advice. Thank you. Thank you. What are you going to sing for us?
Oh, look, I've dug out a whole bunch of old ones because this guitar,
yeah,
I don't know whether you can see it close enough, just down around here.
Yes.
There's a name etched in it. Can you see that at all?
Don't tell me. It's Cole Joy.
Colin sent me this guitar. He said, look, I've got no use for it anymore. I probably won't be on the stage much, and I've got other guitars. And I just wanted it to go to somebody who would play it. And I've got to tell you, Cole was one of my, when I was a little kid, he was my idol. He was just the be and end all for my big sister, and anything that was good enough for her was good enough for me.
Yes.
So to end up being a friend and owning a guitar that was owned once by Cole is just a dream come true for me. So I thought I'd dig out some of the old songs. Would you like me to start straight away?
Do one song for us now, then we're going to get you to come back later on and do some more, if that's okay. Yeah,
I'd love to, but I'd because I know the people watching out there. Hello, everybody. You'll probably know most of these songs anyway. I've dug them out especially for you, but this one's an old Guy Mitchell song. Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing ain't right without you. You got me singing the blues. Well, the moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you, cry over you. Well, I never felt more like running away. Why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues.
Fantastic. Thank you, Normie.
Thank you very much, everybody.
And we'll see you later in the show to perform some more songs. We're going to have a sing-along and a dance with you, okay?
I'm hanging in there.
Good on you. Thank you so much. It's so great to have Normie Rowe with us. How good is that? Normie Rowe is with us today. And of course, with the Mental Health Show, mentalmoments.com.au, we're here every day during the whole of Mental Health Month, every day in October, because it is Mental Health Month, at 2 p.m. And we'd like to thank all our daily viewers who are tuning in every day to support us. and while we support and salute health and aged care workers all around Australia as well. We thank you. And don't forget, if you miss a show, you can binge watch us for free, on demand, at our website, mentalmoments.com.au. Now, before we go any further, I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors who have helped make this show possible. HSU, the Health Services Union, is one of Australia's fastest growing unions with over 90,000 members working in health and community service across the country, with over 70,000 members also working in the community. It's fantastic they're with us. And Telstra Health, whose vision is to realise a connected and improved digital health experience for all. Plus, HESTA, the Super Fund, is a national industry superannuation fund for people working in health and community services. Plus, I want to thank Lindt Chocolates and Hay House for the books. So Lindt Chocolates are giving us chocolates and Hay House books. So if there's any aged care workers who you're working with or looking after members of your family and you want to nominate them, we've got prizes for them anywhere in Australia. So please go onto our website, mentalmoments.com.au, send us a message, send us who you want to nominate, and we'll get prizes for them. Right now, next up I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of mine, RFBI CEO Frank Price. RFBI are not only the award-winning aged care providers, but they're the founders of the Mental Moments show. Frank, how are you today?
Max, fantastic. How are you? It's good to see you again.
And it's good to see you too. Where are you at the moment? In Wollongong?
No, I'm in my office in Sydney.
Okay, fair enough.
Too much going on, unfortunately, but here I am in the city.
But you live in Wollongong?
I do live in Wollongong, beautiful Wollongong, land of the brave.
Last night, my wife called dinner, and she did it by banging a gong, but I never heard it because it was a Wollongong. I got a million of these.
Leave the humour for Vince Sorrenti, please.
Oh, Vince is funny. He's much funnier than me. We've got Vince Sorrenti coming up, and he will. So tell us, how did Mental Moments, because we're doing the show obviously, but how did it all start when RFBI started it last year and we just did 5 days? This year it's the whole month, every day in October.
Sure, it was back in August last year, and COVID was obviously, causing grief for us all. And I was meeting with this person called Sophie Wong. Now, Sophie is the director of a research organisation called Neura.
Yes.
And we're just talking in general. And as a result of that discussion, 6 to 8 weeks later, Mental Moments was born. And here we are, second year, recognising our workforce and recognising the wonderful work they do and the importance of our carers caring for themselves and the importance of recognising that the just how mental health can affect just about anybody.
And I believe that the show won an award from HESTA recently. Tell us about how that came about and what was the award?
I came prepared. So what you have here is the HESTA Outstanding Organisation Aged Care Award.
Congratulations.
And it was, thank you very much. On behalf of everyone at RFBI, we were nominated for the Mental Moments show, and HESTA and the judges thought that our program was worthy of winning the Outstanding Organisation. We didn't do it for any award. We did it to recognise our workforce, and we're so proud that now it's spread right throughout Australia and recognising aged care workers throughout the country.
Now, RFBI's got 22 centres across the country, across New South Wales, the ACT. How many aged care workers have you got there?
We've got just shy of 2,000. So, close enough to 2,000 people. And I know that number because we've been having to report our vaccination rates to the government it was weekly, then it became a daily basis.
Yes.
So we're able to see how we were progressing with those vaccinations, and I'm so proud that 99.99% of our workforce got vaccinated.
Well done, well done. Look, Frank, thank you ever so much for being with us today, and thank you for creating the Mental Moments show last year. I've got a last question for you. Have you ever been to Basin View Masonic Village near Nowra?
Basin View, it's just a skip away from my home in Wollongong. It's down in beautiful Shoalhaven. And yes, I have been to Basin View. A big shout out to Melinda Benson, the general manager, and Michelle Harden, who does the leisure and lifestyle. And she does an exceptional job. And most importantly, we've got a real angel down there with the voice of an angel. And I understand she may be on the show very soon.
Well, great. Thank you, Frank, because it's time for us to actually meet the team and wonderful residents at RFBI's Basin View Masonic Village, south of Nowra in New South Wales, and where we're talking to Michelle. Michelle, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Now, you're obviously wearing I could put my mask
No,
on, but I won't. I look better like this, I think.
No, that's Marjorie. I'm just all set up, ready for her to go.
Okay. So is Marjorie Wood going to sing for us?
Yes, she certainly is. She's ready and waiting.
Okay, Marjorie Wood's our registered nurse. She's was a star at the Big Christmas Sing-Along. Let's take a look and let's, over to you, Marjorie.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yay!
Welcome to today's Mental Moments. I'm going to sing a song for you. I want you all to shake those maracas and sing along if you know the words. So here we go. When marimba starts to play, dance with me, make me sway, like the lazy ocean heart to shore. Hold me close, sway me more, like the flower bending in the breeze. Can't repeat, sway with me. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, but my hand will be only you. Only you have a magic technique. When we sway, I will ring. I can hear the sound of violins on the floor. It begins. Make me feel it's only you know how. Sway me, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes they will be only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we say I go weak, I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me feel as only you know how. Hold me close. Sway me now. When the rhythm starts to play, dance with me, sway with me. Like a lazy ocean heart to shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, sway with me, sway with me. When we dance, we have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. When the river starts to play, hold me close, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean heart to shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, dance with me, sway with me. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, stay with me.
Yeah!
How about that?
Yeah.
What was that fun?
Yes, it was.
Marjorie, you're fantastic. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How long have you been singing for, Marjorie?
Oh, since, I don't know, about 20, 25 years, 30 years.
You're wonderful. You're wonderful. And you did the big Christmas sing-along. You did a beautiful song there.
I did.
And
It's lovely.
they're so lucky to have you. They were seeing some overlay of footage of you singing there. And tell me, how long you've been working with the people at the residents at Basin View, please?
I've been here for about 2.5 years now.
Can you show us the residents? Can we see the residents?
Yes, Michelle.
Let's have a look at the residents.
Take
There
those
we go.
crackers, everyone.
Hi guys. Hi guys. That's good to see them. Good to see you all. There we go. That's the residents down at Basin View, down in just south of Nowra. And I believe we've got some pictures of some. The residents have made some signs, photos that they can send back to their loved ones, which send messages saying they're okay. My best work buddy. There you go. And that's sweet. We got any other more there? We've got some photos of the village, my best work buddy.
No.
Oh, that's so nice. Isn't that sweet? There we go. Friends become family. It's so nice. This is some of the pictures you're looking at now. Anywhere in Australia, you can see this from RFBI Masonic Village down at Basin View, just south of Nowra. And we're just crossing live to them now. They're having fun today with Marjorie singing for them. She's a great singer. This is some of the, if your family's there, you can see them there now. How good is that? That's so lovely. Marjorie, what a wonderful voice. The residents there are so lucky to have you as one of their wonderful carers. Marjorie, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And hopefully the big Christmas sing-along will be on again in December, and we'll hear you again singing there. And we'll say goodbye. Give us a wave. Thank you so much. We'll say goodbye now to all the residents at RFBI. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. Thank you. There you go. There's RFBI at Basin View in the Masonic Village there. Now, one of our major partners and sponsors from the HSU is their CEO, Gerard Hayes, who's recorded a message of thanks to health and aged care workers to thank them for their selfless efforts during the pandemic.
Hi, I'm Gerard Hayes and I'm the Secretary of the HSU in New South Wales, Queensland, the ACT. I just want to put a big shout out to our aged care members. You've been working so hard for such a long time and the results are clearly there. What we've seen in 2020 and 2021 has been unprecedented, and you've been at the coalface and you've changed people's lives. People in aged care rely on you, we rely on you, and the generations to come rely on you. So thank you so much for everything you've done. We're so proud of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerard Hayes, and thank you, the HSU, for their support. Right now, we're going to go across live to somebody. He's one of the funniest people in Australia. I've known him. I had hair when I first met Vince Sorrenti. So Vince Sorrenti is our next guest. Good afternoon, Vince. You've still got hair. I haven't. How's lockdown going? How's lockdown?
Great, mate. This is almost the cheapest production I've ever appeared in. That is after Studio 10.
After Studio 10, no. I really appreciate you spending the time to be with us today. When I rang you up a couple of weeks ago and said, can you do this? You didn't have to, you haven't got much on at the moment. None of us have.
Lockdown has been, well, mate, I've spent the last 18 months sitting around in my tracky dacks, watching Netflix, ordering Uber Eats, eating too much, drinking too much, collecting government money. It's been absolutely fantastic.
How's the family? How's the family coping?
Day by day, you know, it's these are difficult times. My wife she's taken to the pandemic like a duck to water, mate. She's very big on social distancing, especially in the bedroom. she's got me on the Harvey Norman regime at the moment. No interest for 6 months.
Sorry.
And the kids are going great. The kids love the pandemic. They hope it goes on forever. You know, they just sit around pretending to do schoolwork and playing their computer games. They're in their jammies 24 hours a day. You know, like in fact, one of them hasn't been outside since 2014. Yeah. He makes Julian Assange look like Bear Grylls. But I hate the homeschooling, though. It's driving me nuts.
Why is that?
Well, mate, it just reminds you of all the days when you were back at school and all that work that you've all forgotten. And I had an argument with a teacher about a prime number the other day over Skype. It does my head in. You know, look, I didn't pay attention when I was at school. I'm not paying attention now. You know, when we were learning that stuff, I was lighting farts. So I'm an idiot.
Tell me, do you miss Gladys Berejiklian?
Oh, I missed the daily press conference. I mean, there were some great moments in that. My favourite moment at the Berejiklian presser was when that policeman was describing how there were two naked men sunbathing on a beach, scared by a deer, and had to run into the woods. And I can remember the girl doing the signing. That must have been the most difficult signing, you know, like scared by a deer, nude, scared by a deer, running into the bushes. No, I really miss Gladys. I think it's a travesty that she's gone. And, you know, look, the poor woman had one affair. One affair. Dan Hughes has screwed the whole state of Victoria. He's still there.
We won't go there, but it's like the goat joke, isn't it? You do one goat.
Yeah.
Tell me, have you ever considered going to politics?
And take a pay cut? No, mate, I would not be a good politician. I mean, mind you, there have been a lot of clowns speaking in the House of Representatives before me. Now, I'm too thin-skinned, mate, and I'd be too abusive. I mean, you reckon our relationship with China is bad now? You wouldn't want me talking to them. You know, I'd grab that Xi Jinping in the headlock and say, hey, what's the difference between Wuhan and Las Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Tell me, do you have a favourite one-liner or a few favourite one-liners?
Mate, Max, I love puns. I love dumb puns, and I love that one about the Ashton Circus just lost their famous human cannonball. He's going to be a hard man to replace. You can't get people of calibre.
Very good, very good. Comedians. Which comedians inspired you, or do you admire?
Look, I think most comics admire most comics. I love comedy. It's one of the reasons why I became a comic. And I grew up on a diet of comedy. I think we had a lot more. People think there's a lot more comedy now, but I think when I was a kid, there was a lot more accessible comedy on TV and in the movies. I grew up on a diet of Saturday afternoons with Abbott and Costello
Yes.
and Martin Lewis and the Three Stooges and the Marx Brothers and Ma and Pa Kettle and Mr. Red and the Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres and the Atom. It just went on and on and on. There was so much comedy on TV. And as I grew up, it became the Monty Python and the Goodies. And I mean, it was a never-ending stream of it. I got involved in comedy as soon as I possibly could in university reviews, and my real favourite has always been Jerry Lewis. I just loved Jerry Lewis. There's just something about his manner. That's amore! Something about his manner that's always made me laugh. He can make anything funny.
I sat next to him for a dinner once with Mick Gatto. Had him come over here about 10 or 11 years ago, and as Mick was arriving in, he introduced me and said, "Oh, this is my manager, Max Markson." I met him and didn't think that was it. And next thing, Mick said, "You're sitting next to him." And I'm sitting next to Jerry Lewis over, for a supper. And he told some beautiful stories about Sammy Davis Jr., because he was very close to Sammy, and growing up. And he started, when he was about 5, in the Catskills, north of New York, doing stuff.
Yeah, that was a real area. A lot of the New Yorkers, particularly Jewish New Yorkers, would go to the hills and spend their weekends and holidays. By the way, Jews have a lot of holidays, don't they?
We do, I admit it.
He grew up in a showbiz family too. It was really in his blood. But no, he is one of the great, and a great director too. I mean, some of the sets he built in his Hollywood era were amazing. He's Martin Scorsese. And who else is there? Who directed Jaws? Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
students of Jerry Lewis in
Really?
directing.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And what do you think of Jerry Seinfeld? Do you watch his Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
You know, he's just got a wonderful nature about him, very clean cut, beautifully gentle observations about everyday life, and he's a great wordsmith too. I've had the pleasure of hearing him live so many times. Look, I love all comedians. He's a stand-up.
Larry David, what do you think of Larry David? Do you watch any of his shows?
Larry David, one's cup of tea, but yeah, we're talking about all these great Jewish comedians. Max, it's a very races that have been traditionally oppressed and put down often produce great comics. You know, a lot of great comics are Jews, Italians, blacks, people who've sort of been, you know, on the sort of negative side of life. Often produces great comedy. You don't see very many funny Swiss comedians. You don't see them a lot.
But
Hey, I just you bought a new Mercedes.
But what about for you growing up? Were you seen as a wog, you know, of an Italian family? Was that for you at all?
Absolutely, but people saw me that way when I started doing comedy too. But look, that was a positive thing. I thought it was a point of difference for me. I mean, I think we learn a lot about what it is to be Australian when people who we don't consider to be traditionally Australian start talking about Australia. You know, and in those days, I mean, I'm talking going back to the 1980s now, when I first appeared on the scene, people didn't have my point of view. I mean, they do now, and it's become almost mainstream, but various generations or waves of immigrants have given us different points of view, and I think have established a stronger Australian identity. We're learning a lot about ourselves now from Muslim comics, from Black Sudanese comics, from Vietnamese comics.
I loved your line at the time after the Cronulla riots when they were building, was it a new freeway?
Middle Eastern distributor.
Exactly, the Middle Eastern distributor. And there was the other one where you, again, you know, racist, just for the sake of it, when you talked about the Italians putting concrete in. How was the line you did there with that was their industry was concrete, everything, put concrete down on everything.
We don't believe in having a backyard. If you can't get a yield out of it, concrete the bloody thing.
Love your humour, Vince. I really do. And thank you so much for your time today. Very much appreciative. Thank you.
Good on you, Max. You're doing a good thing here. Well done.
Thank you. Vince Sorrenti, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic comedian. And you won't see, well, after Monday, hopefully he'll get a load of gigs and he won't be available for us. But you catch him if you ever get the chance to see him. He's just one of the funniest men in Australia, Vince Sorrenti. So thank you, Vince. Now let's go from let's go from the wilds of Sydney all the way to Tamworth in New South Wales, where we're visiting RFBI Tamworth Masonic Village. Hello, Melissa Young in Tamworth. Are you there, Melissa?
Deb. Hi, it's Debbie. It's Debbie from Tamworth at RFBI. I just want to thank everyone for the mental moments last year and this year. How we relax with all the stresses, colour days and singing. And our residents have been practicing all week to sing a song, so I'd like you to hear their song.
Thank you. We're looking forward to and we'll sing along with you.
Let's go.
Not me.
Ready? Here we go. Ready? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away.
Hey, sweet. You are my sunshine.
Held you in my arms when I was here. So I'm not ever gone. You You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Is one of your residents 98 today?
Nancy.
Oh, no, they're not. But there's another resident that would like to talk.
Oh, let's have a chat. Who is it? What is the person's name?
This is Anne.
Hi, how are you?
You can talk.
Elizabeth, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, and very, very happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you here with us. We're all watching you from all over Australia. How's Tamworth treating you today?
I think Tamworth's treating me very well indeed.
That's the way it should
And
be.
And I think this nursing home must be the best in Tamworth.
Well, we will.
The care that I'm getting and everyone else is getting is incredible. It's the patients, the carers, and all the love that they give us. It's just wonderful.
Oh, you're so good to say that, Elizabeth. And I will come and visit you next time I get to Tamworth and come and say hello
I love
there.
that. Thank you.
I like Tamworth. So thank you so much, Tamworth, RFBI Tamworth, Masonic Village. Thank you so much for being with us today. There's some food there. I'm hungry. Thank you. Give me a wave. Thank you so much. Thank you. And a great song. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Clouds are grey. We'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Take my sunshine away. Thank you, Tamworth. Thank you. There you go, Tamworth. So now here's a special message from one of our proud sponsors, Hester. Here's Morgan. Morgan Nowicki, you're on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you from the entire team at HESTA. Thank you for your work during this challenging time, keeping our families and our communities safe.
Thank you, Morgan, for your message and support. We're so lucky to have Australia's original King of Pop from 1967 here with us today. Normie, are you here still?
I'm enjoying this live stream so much, mate. And to see Elizabeth there giving a lovely accolade to all her friends and everything out of Tamworth. It's great to see. Love to everybody in Tamworth. It's a beautiful city. I remember going there the first time in 1965 in that beautiful town hall, and then working with one of the sons of Tamworth, Philip Quast, in Les Miserables for 2 years in Sydney, and I've got great memories and great love for that area, especially down the road at Goonoo Goonoo, or as it's really pronounced, Gunnaganoo.
Normie, I loved you as Jean Valjean in Les Miserables, which helped me. Must have been the 80s?
1987 we started rehearsing. I think we opened in November of 87 and went on for 2 years. I did 600 performances and I was allowed to stay until I got one right.
I was there on the opening night and I was there on the closing night because I got the hair because you'd shaved your beard. And I went to the dressing room and you had shaved your beard. I took the hair and I think we got a couple of grand. We auctioned it off for Variety, got a couple of grand. There's an old photo of you, Normie, we're showing now, which is of you getting your King of Pop. There's Johnny Young in it, Ronnie Burns, and Ken Sparks, who went on to be a great voiceover guy.
I have to get a bit closer to the thing because there are a few other. Johnny Sands is in there.
Oh, good.
I think Rusty Wiley is there as well somewhere.
Well, there you go. You know better than I do. I didn't know the other two.
All good friends. It was a wonderful time. It was a great time in the Australian contemporary music history. I've got to say something very quickly.
Please.
If you don't mind.
No.
We lost just in the last couple of days a gentleman by the name of Alan Dale. And Alan was one of the original exponents, if you like, of of rock and roll music in Australia. But I think Alan and his contemporaries were playing rock and roll before the rock and roll term was even coined in around 1956. So it was sad to see Alan go, a real foundation member of the contemporary music industry in Australia, and it's a pity that a lot of young people won't know who he was. But I think it's worthwhile having a bit of, sending a bit of a love to his family.
Absolutely.
And letting him know that people do remember the incredible body of work that he gave us over his lifetime.
Thank you, Normie, and we send our love to his family, to Alan Dale's family. Thank you, Normie. Let's get us all singing and dancing all over Australia. We're ready to go. Well, except for those in COVID lockdown, but in West Australia and Queensland and South Australia, we're ready to party.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to do this, but I think I'd like to sing a song for Elizabeth. Do you mind?
Yeah, go for it, of course. It's your show. I'm just hanging about.
This song I sang in Tokyo in 1974, and we won the major performance prize there and came back to Australia. I recorded it as a single. It was only ever played in Brisbane on the radio stations there, and it went to #1 for 5 weeks in Brisbane. It wasn't played anywhere else. But I wonder if everybody watching can tell us whether this great Australian song was worthy of a lot more radio and television exposure. All right?
Thank you.
So this is called Elizabeth. You run from me now as though you're scared of the lights, girl. And then in tears drown the sound of my name. But I remember you too much to forget, girl. And I won't let you go, 'cause I know that you still feel the same. Elizabeth, hiding your face in the dark will not stop the dawn from breaking. Elizabeth, please look at me and discover the world that we are making. I want you the happiness that spread from your laughter. And now there's winter in your smile. It's impossible to talk to the stranger who answers your name but stays silent the same all the while. Elizabeth, hiding your face in the dark will not stop the dawn from breaking. Elizabeth, please look at me and discover the world that we are making. Elizabeth, come back, Max.
We can release it again with you and Taylor Swift, worldwide hit.
Yeah, why not? That'd be
Definitely.
good.
That's the way to do
I
it.
could be like her grandfather.
No, it's a duet. It'd be fine. It'll work. Nah, good stuff. Thank you, Normie. Thank you. Do you want to do a couple of other songs?
Yeah, I'm here for as long as you like.
Do a medley of the old rock and rollers, whatever you want to do. Go for it.
I tell you what I'll do. Okay. Because I think this song has been played probably 1,000 times on this guitar, right? Okay. Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. I gotta get going, bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. I'll see you in the morning about the break of day. Just a little kiss and I'll be on my way. Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. I get so lonely when days go. Oh God, I love you only. Don't you break my heart. Ha. Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. I gotta get going, bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. I'll see you in the morning about the break of day. And just a little kiss and I'll be on my way. Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye. Of course, that was Cold Joy's big hit, right? What about this? See if you know who did this one. I found a new love. She is a true love. I found a new love to last me all of my life. I had an old love. She was a cold love, but I found a new love to last me all of my life. No more blues, no more fears, no more heartache, no more tears. I've found a new love. She is a true love. I found a new love to last me all of my last, me all of my last, me all of my life. And then, Lonnie Lee, all right, in case you didn't know, all right. Now, what about this one? And it's around 40 years ago, just recently, that we lost this man. He was 42 years old, I believe, and when I heard the news, I was in Dampier in Western Australia, and I was so sad because I got to know him pretty well. And when you get to know the people for whom you even dedicated your whole career and life, and it's just a really special moment. So I got to know this man. Let's see if you remember who did this. She wears my ring to show the world that she belongs to me. She wears my ring to show the world she's mine eternally. With loving care, I placed it on her finger. That's why I sing, because she wears my ring. This tiny ring is a token of tender devotion. And in this pool of love that's as deep as the ocean, she swears to wear it with eternal devotion. That's why I sing, because she wears my ring. Everybody sing. Here we go. This ring is a token of tender devotion. And in this pool of love that's as deep as the ocean, she swears to wear it with eternal devotion. That's why I sing, because she wears my ring. That's why I sing, because she wears my ring. Yeah, Johnny O'Keefe, that's the one, girls. fellas. All right, now let's see if we can get everybody singing with this last one. There's a wonderful, affable, round-faced American, came from New Orleans, or New Orleans, as they say in America. This man was one of my great heroes, and I'm sure for you the same. I found my thrill. That's right, Fats Domino on Blueberry Hill. Well, on Blueberry Hill. When I found you, the moon stood still on Blueberry Hill. And lingered until my dreams came true. The wind in the willow played such sweet melodies, but all of the vows we made were never to be. Though we're apart, I'm part of you still. Yes, you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The wind in the willow played la-di-da, la-di-da, such sweet melodies, la-di-da, la-di-da, but all of the vows we made were never to be. Though we're apart, I'm part of you still. Yes, you were my thrill. Where? Blueberry Hill. Fats Domino. There you go, Max. There's my lot for the day.
No, Normie Rowe, fantastic. Love that. And you know, a friend of mine, his real name's Ernest Evans, but he got his stage name because Dick Clark's wife heard him sing and said, "What's your name?" He said, "I'm Ernest Evans." He said, "No, you've got to change it." He said, "What should I change it to?" So, well, Fats Domino, you should be Chubby Checker, Chubby Checker. And that's how Chubby Checker got his name.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I worked with Chubby on a cruise only, I think, probably 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
And a bit older than me, but he was out there and he had the energy of a 4-year-old. I tell you, he was fantastic. And his band was marvelous too. It was great to see one of your idols up there on the stage and still doing it so well.
Well, I should try and get him on the show on Mental Moments later this month. I'll give him a ring and you know, because we talk and text sometimes. Normie, thank you so much for today. I really appreciate it. You're just a real trooper, and you took us down memory lane with some of those songs. And thank you.
Look, Max, my pleasure. Always great to be with you. But I'll also be on the big Christmas sing-along. I'm pretty sure.
Good.
I've been asked, and it's just a matter of how we put it all together. But I look forward to that. It was great last year, and I'm sure that we'll all have a fantastic time once again this year. Be well, everybody. Look after yourselves there. Give my love to all your family and everything. And I hope Christmas is a much better time for you this year than it was last.
Thank you. Normie Rowe, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Normie Rowe, superstar. Normie Rowe, and from Normie Rowe to, I don't know if you remember this woman. She was the Premier of New South Wales until this time last week she lost her job, or she resigned, sorry. So did a terrific job as Premier, and hopefully she'll be going to federal politics right now. We've got a message from the outgoing New South Wales Premier, Gladys Berejiklian. She's recorded a special thank you message just for the frontline carers.
I want to thank all members of the Health Services Union for your outstanding efforts every day, but especially during the pandemic. We appreciate everything you're doing to protect our community, both on the front line and behind the scenes. The New South Wales Government is doing everything we can to support you and contain the spread of the virus. September and October will be the toughest months for our hospital system. I'm very conscious of the work you will do during this time. But please know that we've put every effort into getting people vaccinated, and the community has rolled up their sleeves in their millions. As we know, vaccination reduces the risk of serious infection and hospitalisation. Because of the community's efforts and above all yours, we will soon be able to return to life as we know it. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. You put your own safety on the line to keep all of us safe. There is no higher call to service than this.
What a lovely message from a remarkable lady, former Premier of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian. Now, all October is Mental Health Month, and we're here every day at 2 p.m. with the Mental Moments Show. You can see all our shows at mentalmoments.com.au. And of course, we'd love to hear from you. So jump on the website, you can upload some messages for us, and we'll play them during our shows each day. We have some amazing mental health experts and advocates providing us with tips every day. Today is no exception, and I'm privileged to introduce you to author and neuropsychologist Dr. Hannah Correll. Good afternoon, Hannah. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Max. You're too kind. Thank you so much. And hi, guys.
We've been playing your tips this week. So having you here with us is great.
In real life, yes. We're in lockdown, but we are surviving.
So I've told everybody you're funny. Do you know that, don't you?
I'm pretty funny. I can be quite hilarious.
Okay, good.
What do you call a sad strawberry?
What do you call a sad strawberry?
A blueberry.
Very
funny person.
That's
yeah.
good. Thank you.
Your check's in the mail, guys. Thanks.
Now tell me, you've got a book out called How to Break Up with Friends.
Correct.
What made you write that?
I know, it's an audacious title because most people in our lives end up with some kind of toxic influence at some point. And one thing I've realized is that longevity does not equal quality. So just because you might have been friends with someone for a very long time, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've treated you with respect and kindness and support. And sometimes for our mental health, we need to put ourselves first and take care of ourselves. And that might mean that you have to break up with people who have been less than nice to you.
Have you had to break up with a lot of people who've been less than nice to you?
Not a lot of people, but yeah, I mean, going through my 20s, now getting into my 30s, you do realize the value of age and wisdom as you age, and understanding that there are sometimes you've got to set some boundaries with people, and that's a skill that takes a little while to learn. So I learned that the hard way a couple of times. So yeah, there's been some friends that I've needed to break up with, and I'm a better person as a result of it, and it's helped my mental health a lot. So important for this month in particular.
So you use a term with the book when you go from friendship
Oh my God.
to friendship.
I'm not sure if we're allowed to say that. Are we allowed to say that, guys?
Yes.
Friendship to friend shit. You're into friendship. Yes, that's right. So ditching crappy companions who might be making you feel less than happy in your life.
And we could do that at any time of our life, presumably.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think the most important thing I've learned as a neuropsychologist is there is no time in your life when your brain is not growing and changing and learning. Which basically means that it doesn't matter what age you are, at any age you can engage neuroplasticity. And that doesn't mean like plastic, like this table is plastic. That means your brain is malleable, it's changeable, it grows and it adapts all the time, every day, no matter what your age is. So at any point in your life, you can engage in good mental health and changing how you feel and how long your life goes for and the quality of that life at any time in your life, even today.
Okay, so give me some, let's take us through the 5 pillars
Sure.
of mental health.
Yeah.
So first one,
Snoozing,
Sleep,
sleep.
yeah. Is that good?
It's excellent for us. So not many people know that sleep is actually the time where your brain cleans up the plaques and tangles that occur in your brain over the course of the day. So we call these neurofibrillary plaques and tangles. It's sort of like with your hair, when you get knotty hair and dandruff in your hair. Sleep is essentially like brushing that out. So good sleep is very, very important. And it doesn't matter what time you need to go to sleep. As we get older, sometimes we go to bed a little bit earlier. Maybe we need to go to bed at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and we feel tired earlier in the day. Don't resist that. That is your circadian rhythm telling you that it's time for you to go to sleep. And maybe you get up a little bit earlier. So maybe you rise at about 5 o'clock, and that's perfectly normal as well. So if you need to have naps during the day, if you need to go to bed a little bit earlier, don't resist it. It's a good thing. And a good 8 hours of sleep works wonders for your brain. So that's the first pillar of good mental health. Should we move to the second one? Diet and exercise.
I was going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, God.
Diet and exercise.
So diet and exercise, very, very important. So if you want to feel happy, if you want to feel like you've got lots of energy and you're feeling well in your life, it really makes a difference what you put in your mouth and what you do with your body, okay? So I'm sure you've heard of some of the happy neurotransmitters in your brain.
All the time.
Yep, so like dopamine, serotonin. I'm sure Max is going to rattle one off any second now.
I don't know any of them. I missed out on all of those. Dopamine.
Yep.
I thought it was a dog, a dopamine.
So we do have happy neurotransmitters in our body. They make us feel good, but most of them are actually made in your stomach, not your brain. So what you put in your mouth really does make a big difference.
So it's chocolate, okay?
Yes, oxytocin. Chocolate gives you oxytocin, which is the chemical that you feel when you want to cuddle people, when you have a baby, and also when you engage in relations, shall we say.
Well, let's move from that to the third.
Moving along
social connections.
very quickly.
Tell me about social connections.
This is one of the best pillars that we can have for mental health. So they say that at the moment, research tells us that 2 of the best ways to stave off things like dementia is always learning and social connectivity, so staying connected socially. So what that means is when you interact with another person, your brain can never predict what's going to happen next. Like, for example, this interaction, I cannot predict what this man is about to say, and it keeps my brain on its toes, which basically means I'm engaging in heaps and heaps of neuroplasticity. It's making my brain grow, my brain changes. So if you can say socially connected, talking to friends, talking on the phone, playing board games, getting out, playing bridge, playing tennis, all of that works wonders for your brain and can help you to feel happy and release some of those happy neurotransmitters. So that's an excellent way to keep your brain active and to hold back things like dementia, which is a big one.
Okay. I'm just trying to think if I've forgotten what I was going to say. No, I'm joking. Tell me about mindfulness. That's the 4th pillar.
Okay, so mindfulness is really important. Most people don't actually understand what mindfulness does. So I'm sure you've all heard of something called the fight and flight system.
Yes.
Have you heard of that, Matt?
What does that mean?
So fight and flight is essentially a system in your body that turns on, that lets your body know when there's a danger, right? There's a fire, there's a burglar, I need to run away or fight my way out of things.
Someone's trying to steal my chocolate.
Someone's trying to steal my chocolate or take that back. My fight and flight system turns on and it makes my heart race, it makes my muscles clench, it gives me headaches, it suppresses my digestion and gives me tummy aches, and it makes it hard for me to sleep.
So is that good?
Well, it could be good if you're running away from a tiger in the bushes, but if there's no danger and you're just chronically on fight and flight mode, it ends up with us feeling pretty lousy. Our muscles hurt, we get tummy aches, we can't sleep, and we're on adrenaline mode all the time. So it makes us feel pretty lousy. So the best way to turn off your fight and flight system and turn on your rest and restore system, the one that helps you be young, be vibrant, feel happy, is to engage in mindfulness. And what this does is it tells your body it's calm, it tells your body there's nothing to worry about, it tells your body that it doesn't need all of those stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. It tells your body that it can calm down and can sleep.
So I just meditate?
Yes, like, I am a good boy. Okay. Yeah, you can do as little as 1 minute a day. I feel like I've gone red. You can do as little as 1 minute a day and build up to something like 10 minutes a day. It's really simple and easy. Check it out on YouTube, totally free, or you can get an app like Insight Timer and that will help you to do about 5 minutes a day and you'll see the benefits within a little as a week.
And you literally just close your eyes and just say
you can, you can do it that way if you want to, but you can do lots of other types of meditation. It might be clenching and relaxing your muscles. It might be breathing deeply. It might even just be going for a walk along a nice quiet beach or going for a walk with a loved one where you're just present and in the moment.
Fair enough. Now, there's a 5th pillar, which is
Humour.
Ah.
Humour. You got to use a bit of humour, guys. A little bit of humour.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
What?
You say banana.
Banana?
Banana who?
Banana who?
No, that's right. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
Oh my god. Oh jeez. And cut.
So what's your go-to
We're being
joke
booed.
then?
We're being booed. So humour basically means
Yeah.
what you do with your body will mirror what you feel in your heart and your soul. So if you smile, if you listen to happy music, if you chat with a friend, if you engage in a laugh, then your body gets a message that says, turn off all those stress hormones, turn on my happy hormones, and make me feel relaxed and fulfilled in life. So that's why people love things like listening to laughter soundtracks, or listening to funny music, or watching comedy. As humans, we are attracted to humour. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel good because it tricks you in your mind neurochemically to release happy hormones. So if you can trick your body by forcing it to smile, forcing it to move, and look at happy, pleasant things, then you will feel better.
Well, there you go. How good is Hannah? Give Dr. Hannah Cole a big little round of applause. Thank you so much. Stay with us now, because really we've got coming up next. We finished the show just about. We've got coming up next week. Miss World Australia, Sarah Marshke, will be singing. We're going to Italy with Alfio Bonanno. He's a fantastic singer, so he's going to sing us all the Italian songs. Dr. Deirdre Bradner will be giving us some mental health tips. Our Celebrity Pet segment will be back, and we'll also celebrate Young Talent Time's 50th anniversary every day. So that's it. So a big thank you to our sponsors, and watch us at 2 p.m. every day at mentalmoments.com.au. And to finish the show today, let's listen to RFBI Basin View Masonic Village's Marjorie Woods' performance of Oh Holy Night, which she performed at last year's big Christmas sing-along. Thank you, Hannah. See you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. mentalmoments.com.au.
I'd like to sing for you, Oh Holy Night.
Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the dawn of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in
Christmas, everybody. Hi, Basin View.